Hi everybody, good morning. I'm hanging out with Bill Troy here at the Goshen Library and Historical Society, and we thought it was important to come today to do a little exploring of this location, talk about some of the fundraising efforts and needs, and maybe even give a little bit of history and background.
Sure.
So say hi, Bill.
Sure. Hello, folks. Facebook world. We're really happy to be here. In fact, this is kind of a historic occasion in itself because the vote is tomorrow on the budget and the two board members, and then the building is closed forever.
Wow.
At least as far as a library goes.
Right.
It will find future use. The building is being sold.
How long has this building been?
100+ years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometimes it feels like that.
Yeah. Sometimes it shows its age.
Yes, it does. Yeah. But it's a wonderful old historic building, and it's served us well. There have been some key problems though that have led us into the effort that I want to talk about, which is the new building. We're really cramped. We're standing in the local history room, for example.
Let me turn this camera around so I can show people what we're looking at here. Where are we standing here?
Yep. So this is in the rear of the building, but it's the local history room, and this encompasses all parts of the Goshen history that we are able to show. We probably have 3 to 4 times as much things in storage, but we have no room to put them. So one of the key features of the new building is going to be display cases where historical artifacts are going to be shown.
There's a lot of history here in Goshen.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a lot of history that people may not even know because they don't get to interact with it on a daily basis. So anyway, I just wanted to point out that this room, you can see it's very small. The new building, we're going to have a much larger room. And then these, as I mentioned, display cases, some of which will be in the room, some will be outside the room. And it'll be a much greater opportunity to show off the historical artifacts that we have.
I mean, we've got indexes here to 1880.
Yep.
Wills.
Yeah. We've got a complete collection of the Indy, for example, the local,
the Goshen Indy.
Yes,
oh, I should be tagging them here. Hey, Lisa, if you're watching, tag Goshen Indy on this.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, my wife is a volunteer here, and she comes in twice a week to catalog those, because what they want to do is transfer them onto, storage media that won't deteriorate like the paper will.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, all kinds of things here. So this is local history. Do we want to take a quick peek outside?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Okay.
I walked in and I was really like, wow, this is, you can feel like the history in this room.
Yes. Obviously, the storage cases are empty now because, as I said, we're in the process of moving. But these are the, some of the stacks. And we have a couple of public use computers over here. And you can see, I mean, everything is kind of close quarters. The aisles are narrow because we've tried to conserve as much space for the main business, which is books. The main part of this business, anyway. We have here the DVDs and CDs, books on CD. And then this way we have the circulation desk here, and that's questions about doing research or whatever. More public use computers there and tables there. But I mean, this is the main part of the library. We also have downstairs a children's area, but again, very, very small. One of the drawbacks also is that we're not really handicap accessible in this building, so that was a big driver for the new building. Was to
well, just the aisles. You're as you're walking down, it's a little difficult to. When I came in before, I was like, I really noticed how narrow the walkway was. Oh.
Yeah, you see, I mean, it's all convoluted, and there's rows of stacks here, but they're all like this.
So there has been fundraising efforts,
Yes.
Which has been For how long?
So we actually, the fundraising, this campaign has been in place for over 2 years, probably 2.5 years. And the reason is that we wanted to start before the public vote on the bond. The vote was in December 2015. The public overwhelmingly approved $9.3 million to build the new building. But we formed a committee before that to kind of gear up. And then we made an announcement at the groundbreaking, which was, I think, June of 2016, if I remember correctly. We announced the formation of the campaign, and we took off. And I have to say, I mean, I'm certainly very, very grateful for my committee. We have a total of 6 people, including myself, all volunteers, community volunteers, nobody with fundraising experience. But we really have gotten into it and reached out to the community. I would say in terms of the residents, we've had an outstanding reception. We've had some businesses that have become involved. And over that period of time until today, we have about almost $390,000. Our goal was $350,000, by the way.
Wow.
So we're over.
That's fantastic.
And I'm looking to do 400.
Okay, okay. You mean
aspiration.
doing that last push?
Yes.
Before, so
Exactly.
this new library, do you have any idea as to when is the potential open, or
Yes.
people will be able to have access to it?
Absolutely. So I may have mentioned we're closing here. Tomorrow will be the last day of business, and that's when we're having the vote here, and then the doors will close. And the move will start. We're scheduled to open to the public the new building on May 18th.
Wow.
We're going to have a grand opening ceremony, 10 o'clock in the morning. We invite all of our friends to be with us for that event. The library will then be open for tours, because we know a lot of people are interested in seeing the new building. So it'll be open for tours the remainder of that day, and then the following day, which is a Sunday. And then Monday, which is the 20th, I guess, will be open for business. In other words, lending books and all of the great things that we do now here. Yeah. So very exciting.
Well, I was recently hanging out with the Lions Club.
Yes.
And Esther and her husband and
Yes.
everyone there. And one of the, I think somebody from the board is actually a lion as well. And forgive me, I think her name is Carol. And
She's the clerk here, yes.
clerk. And she told me that the Lions Club donated one of those, it's like a technology machine that helps you put the book and it projects the book on it. I can't remember the name of the technology.
Okay, actually, pardon me, there may be some confusion here. I know the Lions have donated what we call a memorial tile, which will have their name on it. There was some discussion about the machine, but to my knowledge, we haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be coming because they were talking about it.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she's gonna actually. I'm
Great.
gonna go there to kind of do a walkthrough and
Okay.
can show people how to use the machine.
Yeah.
So they were very excited about it. So
Yeah.
I hope I didn't leave the surprise. Let the surprise out.
Cat out of the bag.
Cat out the bag. Big mouth. But I was very excited about the technology.
Yeah.
So if it does happen, of course, I plan to do a part 2 at the new location, and of course I'm going to show you, if the machine is available, the machine, because I thought it was very high tech, very sci-fi, and very user friendly, I'm told. So looking forward to that. But this is great. I think it's great for people who have never been here, this Goshen Library, at this location, to kind of get one last view of this place.
Absolutely.
And get them excited about coming to the new place.
Yeah.
So if people wanted to donate.
Okay, perfect. That was where I was going to go, because your mention of the machine. Of course, we're pushing into the new age of technology and whatnot, and there's been a number of items. We have a list of what we call naming opportunities, which consist of, well, in some cases, whole rooms or book stacks or chairs and tables, that kind of thing. But we also have, we had hoped to get the optical reader. We had hoped to have a digital scanner for our microfiche. So several things like that, and obviously all kinds of computers and you know, audiovisual equipment. We have, as I said, had good success with the fundraising, but the list of materials that are available for sponsorship is still there.
Okay.
We have a number of items. They range, you know, from a couple of $100 all the way up to $25,000.
Okay.
And I would encourage anybody to look at the list. We have a Facebook page, the Goshen Library Foundation.
I've tagged it on this one.
Okay, great. And I've published the forms, the donor forms, and the list a couple of times on there. But if anybody is interested, you'll find the contact information. We have an email address. I have my phone number there. Please call. We're in the closing phases of this campaign for now, because obviously what we want to do is, when we're in the new building, recognize all of our donors. And what we're going to do is, where they've said, well, I'd like to have that chair or that table or meeting room, we'll have a plaque on the wall with the name of the donor. In addition, we're going to have inside the main entrance of the new building what we call an honor wall of donors. So all the names of the donors and the categories of donation. So it's really going to be great. The new building, for those that aren't aware, is just up the street, Salesian Park. The new building will be about 4 times as large. Have you been up there?
I haven't been in, but just driving by.
It is so impressive. We had meetings up there yesterday. So impressive. And we've had really the comments on Facebook, on both the Goshen page and our foundation page, have been so supportive. So we're very happy about it.
What can people expect at the new building with all that space? Of course, the historical parts are going to be there, and you're going to have a lot of technology. But there's meeting rooms.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that we're experiencing here now is that we have basically like a couple of meeting rooms. We have the history room, which you've seen is so small. We have a meeting room downstairs, which is a bit bigger, but it also is in the children's area. So we're competing for meeting room space. So in the new building, the gem inside the main entrance is the local community room, which will seat 100 people. I'm a member of the Friends as well, and we have a lecture series, so we'll be having lectures there. It will be available for public use. Eventually, we have to have a break-in period, but it will be available. We have small meeting rooms tailored to small groups. They can register to do that. So there will be so many opportunities in the new building that just don't exist here, or they exist in very poor form.
Well, I can tell you that the Goshen Chamber of Commerce, we plan to partake in using some of those usage of the meeting room and inviting people to support the library in any way that they can. I have Dave Lopez here asking, are you looking for any art on the new walls?
Art?
Art.
Okay, we didn't specify any of that in the list. I would say, if anybody is interested in that, they should contact Matt Gom, who's the director here, and you know, he could talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
interested in the folding green.
Is there any other parts you wanted to show us before we sign off?
I think the downstairs
How
is
about I
probably
follow
too
you?
cramped.
How about I
Yeah,
follow you back
sure.
to the room? I just want to give them one last view of the
Go right at the stacks.
yeah, the stacks.
Yeah.
We'll go that way.
Yeah.
We didn't get shushed once. I'm surprised.
Didn't what?
We didn't get shushed, you know.
Oh.
Are we still using the Dewey Decimal System?
Oh my God. Here you go. Dewey Decimal System. That's what those numbers are. That person is
Did I
probably
just
in my
age
age
myself?
category.
So, once again, thank you everybody for hanging out with us this morning and learning a little bit about the Goshen Library, the efforts of the fundraising committee. Let me turn my camera around. Efforts of the fundraising committee, opening the doors very, very soon. Once again, follow them at the Goshen Library Foundation on Facebook, and see if you want to maybe donate or help fundraise, or even come visit.
One last, by the way, since you mentioned fundraising again, one last quick note. We still have 12 memorial tiles left for sponsorship.
How much is the memorial tile?
$250.
$250.
And we have sold over 100, in fact, more like 110 of these tiles. They're going to go around a sitting wall outside the building. So they've been very hot items.
Has the Goshen Chamber of Commerce done their memorial tile?
Gee, no.
Okay. All right, I've got some business to handle. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I'm supposed to give a check here for memorial tile. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.